Hello and welcome to a Celtic State of Mind and Celtic Down Under's match day coverage. I'm your host Jared from Celtic Down Under, and our team is basically all of us down here in Australia tonight. So we've got John. Whereabouts are you located, Johnny boy?
I'm up in the East Coast in Brisbane, Queensland.
And we've got Sean up in the top right there. Sean, whereabouts are you
Good
from?
day, mate. Yeah, I'm from Perth. I can't do that accent. There's a shark in the water. Um, I'm only 15,000 miles, I think, from Scotland, so not too bad.
Just half the world away. Happy days. Yeah. We thought we'd jump on. Paul's asked us to do the match day coverage for him, so we appreciate that, Paul. So we'll try our best behaviour, no swearing, and all that good stuff. So hopefully things go well. But we'll preview the game. So, Sean, you seen the starting lineup yet that's come through? I'll share it on the screen and we'll get your thoughts on the starting lineup. So in goal, we've got Hart, we've got Ralston at right back, Welsh and Jens at centre back, Taylor at left back, McGregor, Turnbull, Moy as your midfield, with Abada, Maeda and Kyogo up front. Got a bench of Siegrist, Giakoumakis, Haksabanovic, Jota, Bernabei, Abildgaard, O'Reilly, Hatate and Forrest. What were your thoughts when you saw that?
Well, it's not a surprise anymore. We do expect these wholesale changes now. And it worked very well against Ross County. It's unbelievable that we do have this kind of depth and quality where we've got O'Reilly, Hatate, Abildgaard. The bench is insane. Like, look at that bench. Like, it's crazy. And we're still, like, this team that we've got, this starting 11, if you think back to last year when we drew nil, was it one each, when we played at New St Mirren Park last time, and we had Abada starting up front, and, that was the game before Joey Dawson had to play. So in 9 months, the squad has just become absolutely insane, to the point where when we have 8 changes or whatever it is, 7 or 8, that we're not even blinking, and we're not fretting about it. We're like quite confident. We're like, yes, fresh legs, good quality. This is going to be great. Yeah. The only surprise, really, there's no surprises really, but it's just kind of seeing who stays in the team, and that's what's more remarkable than anything. Like, I get that Callum McGregor, when he's playing the number 6, probably doesn't cover as much ground, so he's going to be playing number 8 today, which is interesting. You would have thought Greg Taylor might get a spell rest. And Kyogo puts in a fair shift up front. So, yeah, I've thought maybe Giakoumakis would start, but there it is.
And John, what was your thoughts when you saw that lineup?
Yeah, I just echo all of Sean's comments there. Like, honestly, when I saw the lineup today, I saw a couple of comments, people saying, "Oh, blah blah blah's in the team." I had to actually double take. I was like, "Christ, Ralston is in the team." That team that we've got just now, it almost seems as if it is our normal team anyway. Every single player that's starting today could be in our first team regularly. I thought it was fantastic seeing Ralston get a start. Moy getting another start from not coming on from a sub and stuff. So yeah, it's really encouraging to see that we've got such a strong 2 teams. I won't even call them the bench players because we rotate them that often. It's just like the other first team. So yeah, look, there's a couple of players that I might have played differently. I might play Giakoumakis up front, maybe played Barnaby like Sean was alluding to, instead of Taylor, give him a rest and all that stuff. But yeah, strong team, really strong team.
Do you want me to give you the lineup from the last time we played St Mirren? Interesting. We've got Scott Bain in goals. The last time we played at New St Mirren Park, not the last time we played St Mirren. We had Scott Bain in goals, Ralston at right back, Carter Vickers, Welsh, Scales at left back. Near Bitton, Callum McGregor, Tom Rogic. So the midfield was strong. But then we had Owen Moffat, Mikey Johnson, and Leo Abada as the front 3. So the midfield's relatively strong there, but
some change.
Yeah, the front 3 is particular. Abada, Moffat, and Johnson.
Yeah, so for me, when I was looking at their lineup for today, I was like, it's good to see Ralston in. I wanted to see Bernabei start, but then with the big out of Carter Vickers, I'm like, okay, it makes sense to keep Taylor in for a bit of experience and stability there. Mm-hmm. McGregor playing in the 8 would be good to see that, with Moy in the 6 and Turnbull in the 10. And then the front 3, yeah, like the directness we've got on the wings. St Mirren play a back three, so it makes sense to have guys like Abada and Maeda who are pretty direct on the wing there, with Kyogo doing all the running around. Should be quite a bit of pace out there to press that back three. So I'm happy looking at that. And then, yeah, overall, as we say on our podcast, Celtic Down Under One all the time, that there's plenty. It's a squad game now. It's not about, as you said, John, a starting 11, back out at 11 or whatever. So it's none of that. It's a squad. As you can see, we can take guys out and put guys in that are just as good. So, yeah, happy days with that. But the injury rumour, I'll jump into something. There's a comment here that Patrick Kerrigan has put up. What type of injury, the rumour for Carter Vickers? Now, I've heard it's a hamstring injury and he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. So he's timed that well with the international break, but, you know, at least he's only going to miss him for probably, you know, this game and then maybe 1 or 2 on the back of the international break. But, yeah, that's the rumour we're seeing there.
Well, I think as well with the way the system we play, there's actually a little bit of an extension on these kind of hamstring recovery times compared to, say, like a team that doesn't play at such a high intense pace. You know, they could probably get someone back up to speed like a week or 2 earlier, but we play our players on the edge, just maximum. So I guess it's slightly different for a centre back, but even still, Carter Vickers I think he's had 1 game out of the team this year that I can remember anyway. So it might just be that. It might just be that he's played too much. And, you know, we are talking about why do we rotate? And this is what happened last year. Hamstrings going ping, 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 left, right, centre. You know, like I was not in the least bit surprised to see Jota sitting on the bench after the effort he put in midweek. He was absolutely burst when he came off the pitch.
Yeah. So I'll bring up some comments here for talking about our lineup. So I agree a lot with this one from Anthony Inglis. Think Welsh is more than deserving of a start after his last few outings, something I thought I wouldn't say often, but good to see him getting a chance. Good to see starts for Ralston and Moy too. 100% on that. I think Welsh and Jens together, they may have played 1 game together, and I didn't think they looked too bad. So it's good to see Welsh back into the squad. Now, off the back of that, the Godfather said a bit of a gamble not putting a centre back on the bench unless Abelgard can play there. I don't think Abelgard will play as a centre back. When Starfelt's out injured and so is Carter Vickers, that's why we've got 4 first-team quality centre backs there. So that's the whole purpose of it. So unless one of them gets hurt, touch wood, it doesn't happen. I don't think we'll see Abelgard going into that position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. And I'm just, who would be next? Lawwell? Would Bosun Lawwell be next man up?
Either him or Dane Murray's back and he fit. One of those two, probably.
Yeah. Someone from the B side.
I think we don't have any games for the next 2-3 weeks anyway, so it's whatever is 1st of October for us is the next game. I think it's fine not having a centre back on the bench. It's not like St Mirren are going to be going all out attack anyway. Do you know?
No.
It's one of those ones. Yeah, you could put anyone at centre back. I think, I think set pieces is a threat though, isn't it? So it might have been interesting to see Abelgard starting, because I'm just looking at the St Mirren lineup. You know, more for set pieces than for open play. Because St Mirren have got some height in there. They've got Marcus Fraser, Declan Gallagher.
Their lineup to bring up next, Sean. So we'll do that on the screen now while we're at it. So we'll go. So their starting lineup: Carson in goals, Fraser, Gallagher, Dunn, Strain, Backers, Erahan, O'Hara, Tanza, Ayunga, and Main. That's their lineup. So what were you saying, Sean?
No, I was talking about they looking at their team, Curtis Main as well. You know, it's a set piece, it's an aerial team. You know, it's going to be. I think they'll be playing for a set piece goal. I think they'll be parking the bus, try to get a corner or a free kick in and around the danger area, and it's kind of up to Welsh and Jens then to track their runners. But there's no, you know, there's at least 4 players there that have got a lot of height on them, so we don't really have that in our team looking at it. So it is a bit of a risk.
And look, I think that's an area that we've definitely improved, is our defensive positioning with set pieces. I think it might have been last season, even the season before, but we were just bleeding goals when it came to opposition set pieces. And it clearly seems as if we've been working on them and stuff. And I don't look, this is just my opinion, but I think Welsh was one that was quite poor at his defensive positioning. And at least this season, I think that's been tidied up a bit. Again, sort of touch wood. We'll see what today's like and all that. But I can't remember the last time we actually conceded in the league against a set piece. So
Here you
Well,
go,
Ross
boys.
County.
Here's one
Yakivetti.
for you with the stat heads out there. St Mirren actually 11th in the league with set play XG this season. So there you go. That's a bit of an interesting one, but yeah, well, for me, I'm looking at it going, if our centre backs starting can't handle main, then there's a bit of an issue there. That's the way I look at it.
From open play, yeah. Like
Yeah.
Curtis Main's a blunt tool, isn't he? We all know what he's like.
A couple of players I'm going to be keeping I'll be keeping a close eye on as an Aussie. You got Ryan Strain and Keanu Bacchus for St Mirren. Bacchus has been in pretty electric form for St Mirren so far this season, so he's a bit of a hard man in the middle, and he doesn't mind popping forward, so he'll be one to watch. And Strain's one, if you get stuck into him, he'll wilt under some physical pressure. So let's see how that goes.
It's interesting with these new work permit rules that quite a few Australians have popped up in the SPFL this year, haven't they? Hearts have got a couple that have been called up to the squad and everything. But yeah, those two, Strain and Bacchus. I remember Bacchus, but I really don't remember much about Strain when he played for Adelaide. To be honest,
he was a strange one. Like, they'd play him one week in the right wing, the next week they'd play him on the left wing, the week after that they'd play him at like left back, and then they'd put him as a 10, and they just rotate him between those positions. And like, it's not really good for his development when he's chopping and changing positions as a young guy. Like, let him sort it all out. But yeah, there's some comments here. Andrew Galea, St Mirren aren't the type of team to target us at set pieces. They play through their Aussie boys. So that's what we're discussing about, mainly through Bacchus in particular. But it'll be interesting, yeah. And here's another comment from John Bosis, which is, Welsh is now big and strong enough for Curtis Main. No worries there.
Yeah, he has appeared to be more physical this year. Like, I don't know if he's actually gotten bigger or not, but he's certainly attacking the ball more. I always have this stuck in my head, that memory that, do you remember when we last lost the game in the league to Livingston, where he was like completely at fault for that goal that cost us the game, and I really struggled to get that out of my head, to be honest. But this year he has done well when he's been in the team, and he did get injured or sick, whatever it was, that dropped him out of the team. And unfortunately for him, Jens came in and did really well, and then Starfeltz came back and done well too. So there's a lot of competition there. So I'm glad we've got him. To be honest, I'm glad he didn't leave, because we would have been struggling mightily today. Although we would have probably signed someone anyway, but still.
All right. So what we'll do is, before we jump on and discuss more of the match, we'd like to see your score predictions, who you're looking forward to seeing in the comments. Let us know what you guys tuning in right now are expecting to see in the game. We'd love to see your thoughts on the game. Now, before we jump into that, though, I just got to do the usual. So you're tuning in, you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button to the Celtic State of Mind, or the State of Mind YouTube channel. If you're watching on Celtic Down Under Twitter, please give us a follow on there. You can also find Celtic Down Under's YouTube channel. Give that a subscribe too, and make sure you hit like on the on this stream as well. It always helps with the algorithm for Paul and all them. So let's grow the channel. But we'll bring up a few score predictions here. So Stevie Boy, 5-0 Kyogo hat-trick. Mark E is saying, good to see Turnbull start. Brings a skill set we've missed to the team. We've got 3-0 to the Hoops. 5-1. I think that's the obligatory penalty, that one. 4-0 today, Moy to control the game. I'm looking forward to seeing his long passing from the 6th position and see how that goes with how direct our guys in Abada and Maeda are out wide. It'll be good to see. We've got a few out there here. So we've got a 6-0 for... we've got a whole bunch of other positions. This is the one I've been talking about on our channel for a while. Tony Cassidy taking it here, having a chuck.
It's amazing, like how that 9-0 against Dundee United felt so normal at the time, but like it's just so like it felt like it didn't feel like it felt right. Do you know what I mean? It felt like a deserved 9-0, and like it's just such an unusual score to be that high. I'm kind of on Andrew Galea here. I think I'm agreeing with him. 4-0 and Moy to control the game. back at a ground that he used to play at. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
So score prediction for you, Johnny boy?
Yeah, see, I think 4-0 as well. I think 4-0 is pretty spot on. I can't remember what I said in our pod, what the Mirren scores can be, but I feel like 4-0 makes the most sense. I tell you what I think's gonna happen. I tell you what I want's gonna happen, right? I think we're gonna get one from Turnbull, one from Abada, and two from Kyogo, right? But what I really want to see is I want to see some goals from Maeda, because I think he just needs. I think with a lot of the chat that we've been having and stuff about he needs to take his chances and stuff. It does seem like that's like a psychological block for him at the moment, and it would just be nice to see him get a couple of goals, one or two or whatever, just to remind himself that he can score goals, and he does. Yeah, and actually take his chances and all that stuff. So I hope he gets a goal.
Yeah, he could do with the confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, Mirren just shipped 3 goals to St Johnstone whenever the last game was. So, but they were on a good winning streak before that. They'd won 3 in a row, and then St Johnstone hammered them 3-0. So I don't know where that came from.
Just an off day, but well, hopefully they get another one today.
Yeah. So for me, I'm looking at it going. I think on our pod I said something stupid like 6 or 7-0 because that's just what I do. So we'll see what the scores are. But yeah, I'm thinking you guys have touched on quite a few there. It's gonna be I don't know. It should be an open game, you'd think, but let's get through some more of these comments here. So we've got one here from Thomas Dunn. Watching from Airlie Beach, 6-0. Hope Moy gets on the score sheet. Airlie Beach, what a nice part of the world.
Beautiful
Anyone has been there, unbelievable. Way up north, Barrier Reef on your front doorstep.
Screensaver.
Do you reckon Moy even gets a shot on target tonight? Because he's going to be playing number 6. Callum McGregor never gets near the box these days. I don't. Do we see it? I don't personally.
I think maybe an attempt. You might fancy one.
We've not had. Whenever we get a free kick now, we always do these play the ball short to someone. We never have a pop direct from a free kick. Would it be Moy? Would Moy take one?
I think Moy could take the corners. That's what I'm thinking because, as I said in my reason, you got Turnbull, but yeah, Moy's taken them for Melbourne City when he was down here, and I actually saw him score from a corner in a FFA Cup game. So direct from the corner. So wouldn't surprise me if he was taking corners. But yeah, we'll have a look at some more score predictions we got here. So we've got a totally changed team, but confident we'll leather them. We've got Strange Love. The score could be anything, but I can't see anything other than a Celtic victory. A lot more longer through balls tonight with this slower mid and speed in the front. 3-1. Magnet 67 is saying 6-0 to the boys. Great minds think alike. Kaiser here is saying 8-0. This, as you boys were saying, I think Maeda will net today. I think that is great for him. That's the key thing because, yeah, as you guys were saying, sometimes you just got to see the back of the net bulge, score a few goals, and off you go because he's scuffed a few and whatever. So I think that's actually going to be good for him if he does get on the score sheet because that'll give him all the confidence he needs.
Because it's not necessarily saying that he doesn't have confidence, but it's just that 0.5% or that slight fraction that he just needs for the Champions League, and that's clearly a big step up for him coming from. Well, for most of our players, to be fair, is that they've never experienced the Champions League before. Obviously, we're definitely rising to the occasion, but he just seems to be just missing those half chances, he's just missing those chances that he should be taking and stuff. And it would just be good to see him get a couple of goals. And this is the sort of game that you all of our players should be building confidence, right? We should be, St Mirren away, with all due respect, but this is the confidence building games. Score as many as you bloody can.
I reckon David Turnbull first scorer today. I think somebody was shouting in the comments about Turnbull, and I reckon he's getting the first goal. He's got a really good finish. I like him.
There you go. Tom's agreeing with you. Turnbull will take the set pieces.
I reckon he puts one low into the corner from open play, and that's the opening goal.
All right, that's the Sean bet, right? Okay, quick. It's normally pretty accurate.
Get my betting app out.
It's
How you
not
doing,
really
mate?
spot on.
It's funny having a look going through the comments here. There's quite a few Aussies watching, tuning in, so that's good to see. So we got watching from Melbourne. G'day, mate, down the road. And we've got other guys over here, Frankston, down the road as well. Enjoy the game, mate. We got our Moy will get a chance as they're literally standing beside the keeper.
Yeah.
And then keep scrolling through here. Another guy from New South Wales, so another Aussie there. It's an Aussie takeover today. Everyone's tuning in to watch because it'll be interesting to see. Here's one for you. Maeda overhead kick the other night on target. It's a bloke in the head flank.
That was
Yeah.
good. That was a good effort.
So we're talking about him scuffing shots and everything. Yeah, if he can just get one in, that's the sort of thing we could see happen.
Yeah.
That's true.
We've got 2-1. We've got a 5-0.
Here, I'll tell you what. Kyogo is $13.50 to score a hat trick. That's crazy, crazy low.
Here's a comment from Jamie Cameron, Haksabanovic to come on and score. G'day up in Cairns. Enjoy the game. Got a sunny coast one. We got Coburg down the road. Let us know where you guys are all watching the game, not just the Aussies. Let everyone else know. Like Melbourne, we've got guys over in New Zealand. Everyone's tuning in. Jeez, this is amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's quite a
It's good to
spread.
see that. It's good to see the love down here. All the Aussies around. Tom's up in Newey. Was there for Easter. Great spot. Happy days. We've got a 4-1 Celtic.
Start coordinating for what we're doing in Sydney. We've got them.
Yeah, 4-0. Easy thing. Everyone, all the Aussies who are in the comments, get into our pod on Wednesday in the comments and let's figure out what we're doing for the Super Cup. Let's get a Celtic Down Under group all together.
Yeah, we'll go have a couple of shandies on Saturday and go to the game hungover on Sunday.
Sherbets, I reckon. There you go.
Yeah.
This is why all the Aussies there. It's the Ange effect, 100%.
Sure is. Done wonders. It's good to see Aussie coaches doing so well.
Have fun over in Cheeseheadville over in Wisconsin. Got to love it. Glad you're tuning in. Chris is on the sports bet for you now. Set up an Aussie Discord. That's a good idea, actually.
Getting content, yeah.
We'll get a few more score predictions up as well before we wrap it up so everyone can get in their comfy chairs or whatever to watch the game. So, we've got 3-0 to the Souths. We've got 5-0 with 5 different goal scorers. I like the look of that one.
That does happen quite strangely regularly for us.
That's the thing, though. We've got that much talent that, we can do that. We've got a 4-0. Another 4-0 from a regular, good old Dermot.
Do you reckon we'll see another goal from Welsh? Little header. Seems to be doing them very, very well.
We did have a streak at the start of the year of scoring quite a few headers, didn't we? Or quite a few centre backs scoring from set pieces anyway. Because I think they all scored. I think they have.
I don't know. Has Jens scored from his head yet? Is he?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't mean from head. I think he did, but either way, he scored 2. I think.
Yeah.
We got this.
He did, because he scored the header against Ross County, wasn't it? To put us when we were 1 each, and he scored to make it 2-1.
Yeah. Dermot Celtic Rabbitoh, 4-0, but I say that every game. Yes, you do. And congrats on your team getting through to the prelims of the NRL there with the Rabbitohs. I hope you lose next week anyway, but that's just me.
Yeah, that was tough to watch as someone who likes Cronulla, I have to say.
There you go. As an Aussie Western Sydney Wanderer and Celtic fan, I always want Celtic to win, but I also want Bacchus to have a good game. Yeah, I get that 100%. I understand that. Then we've got this one here from Magnet 67, double figures to come this season, but not today.
Yeah, I mean,
nice little one here. Great job, ACSOM. Like this crew for a game preview. I think it's probably a one-off. You'll get all 3 of us from down here on. So enjoy it, mate.
I reckon the games kind of open up when it goes to 1-0. Teams will still sit tight, but once it goes to 2-0, that's when it starts. That's when games start to open up. So we always say, it's about getting the first goal and taking the pressure off, but we're just that much far ahead of these teams that it takes a second goal to open up a game for us. Teams aren't interested in coming out at 1-0 down. They won't come out until they're 2 goals down. That's when they come out, and that's why we keep winning games, why we keep scoring 4 goals, why we're averaging that many goals in the league.
Got a couple more comments to bring up here. All the Aussie guys do a shoey for the Celtic. Come on, mate. Had to bring that up. Got another one down here in Victoria, Cranbourne. Hail, Rob.
Did they do shoeys in Scotland? Is that a thing?
All right, tell you what. This is on live on ACSOM. I'll do a shoey if we get 10-0 today.
Okay. And what's going to be in your shoe?
I don't know, a beer, some sort of cider, whatever.
It ties into another question later on where like someone goes, do all the Aussies get on it for a game? Majority of the time, especially the CSC, you do, yep, 100%.
Less so on a Sunday, but we get the games Saturday nights, the Saturday games. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we do get. It's in the Sevco games if that's on a Saturday, because a midday game will be 7 p.m. for me. So it's just like, Saturday 7 p.m. is just prime getting a beer, watching the game time. Like, can you imagine that in Scotland? Saturday 7 p.m.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect. There you go, Ralston the score.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a time back when Sky not started, but like back in like the 90s or early 2000s where there was games on at 6 p.m. But I feel like it was Sunday at 6 p.m. Do you remember that kind of spell of those late games? Don't remember. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't remember that far back. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't remember what happened yesterday most of the time, but.
Well, it is Sunday, John, so you should be a little bit hairy today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
got this comment stirring me up. Jared, you'll be in the corner shouting encouragement to Moya. Heard it works. Yeah, if that gets him on the score sheet, then yes, I will be.
So that's it. My brother's pinging me saying like, 5 Scottish players starting for Celtic. That's great. And I'm like, yep. But then there's so many Australians on the pitch tonight as well. Like, there's like 3 or 4, something like that.
We've got
quite a bit.
Gerald watching from the Philippines, tuning in. Happy days, mate. Hope you enjoy the game. Just everyone enjoyed having this bit of a chat-free game.
I've just seen Kaiser's comment there, and have you got that one, Jared?
This one here.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll get him on, man. Get him on.
Get him on our channel. There you go. Yeah. 3 Aussies on the parks. Lennox said CSC, Coogee CFC. There's a whole bunch. Game's on, boys. Everyone. Hail. We'll be on half time. And let's see how these score predictions are going. And how Celtic's playing. Let's go
get my pen ready for notes. Here's my notes from last time.
Oh, wow.
If you join my Patreon, you can get signed note sheets from Sean. I don't have a Patreon.
Anyway. All right, guys, the game.
All right.
We're tuning in. Hail.
Hail.